My manager got into a car crash while he was on the Zoom call. At this point, I don't even care if my manager sees this because this is very foolish. We were having our usual stand-up meeting on Zoom and my coworkers were sharing their screens for debugging. My manager has his microphone on the whole time, so I can hear the motor of his car running. At first, I thought nothing of it. It is pretty common for him to call from loud environments. Suddenly, he started cursing and screaming. Then the call abruptly ended. The whole team was flabbergasted. We decided to message him. He responded a few hours later saying that he got into a car accident. It was awkward because we didn't hear the car accident. We only heard him cursing, so we assumed that he was cursing at the presenter. The atmosphere in our team was pretty dark for the next few hours before he responded. First of all, what the fuck are you doing? Why the hell were you driving while on a Zoom call? It is not like our company is strict in attending all Zoom meetings. I am honestly at a loss for words. Thankfully everyone was okay, as it was just a minor fender bender. How careless. The only thing I crash is prod. If it helps, your boss probably feels like an idiot right now. Better than a coworker who didn't realize they had their camera and mic on and had to run to the bathroom and take a dump mid-meeting with about 30 people. As they were pushing out a log from the sounds of it. The preview focused on them. The whole room got silent. They faced their laptop and realized what happened and slammed their computer shut. Also, debugging screens during a stand-up. That's not a stand-up. But yeah, people driving and attending meetings annoy me. Because they aren't doing either very well and inject a lot of noise and distracted comments that makes everyone else ineffective. That is actually hilarious. Have some brains and delete this. You're going to get yourself doxxed. You already posted about worrying about your job security. You know what's not good for your job security. Airing out your manager's dirty laundry on the internet. I'm so lucky that my only embarrassing moment was the first day of my capstone course where I said, "This lady looks nice," and my professor and I were the only ones in the Zoom call at that point. With my mic on LMAO. Do you get workers' comp if you're in an accident while working? If he's there to listen in, I don't see the big deal with being on a call in the car. The swearing and screaming and being off mute is a different matter altogether though. I feel like this is a reflection of how work-obsessed our culture is. Is it the worst thing in the world to just miss a meeting? To me, that's a hilarious story. The fact that y'all are still traumatized after hearing the explanation is comical too. Grow up. Keep encouraging him to do as such and maybe you'll get a new manager. If it's a listen-in to get some context, it's not a big deal. It's not that different from listening to podcasts and the like. Actively participating, not a good idea. FYI. There's a Teams client for Android Auto. And the Zoom client for R is supposed to be released in the next few months. Why? Because so many people use the apps while driving that the vendors are trying to develop a safer way to do it. If you think that's nuts. There's also a Discord client for Android Auto. So you can get your Discord fix while you're driving down the road. I've actually used the Teams client for a meeting. It was no different than using a hands-free voice call. I believe that the Zoom client will work the same way. And just permit voice chat. I guess there is no parking lot later. Just another reason that stand-ups should be replaced with just an email summary of possible merge conflicts and work environment issues. Have your team pool some money and buy him a steering wheel laptop holder. We were in a big team meeting. 40+ people attending. Most of us were on site in a big meeting room with a couple of people joining via video. We suddenly heard one of our colleagues having a conversation with his GF, telling her to go get a pill and saying he only came in her once. It took about 15 seconds for us to realize what was going on, and then we all started shouting at the same time, telling him he's not on mute. That was fucking hilarious. Many companies have strict no on-call while driving policy, and if they found it that way, you are fired. I've seen it firsthand when higher-up professional was driving while attending a meeting. Lol, why are you the one complaining based on what happened here? That's so hilarious. Why is your team being so weird about it? What you thought ICs were the only ones taking advantage of remote work? We are all human. Bit of an overreaction on your part, bro. He got into an accident. So what? Some Michael Scott stuff. People are morons and their decision-making reflects that. Keep in mind this person gets to decide the size of your bonus. Whether you get a raise or a promotion. A person that thought they were smarter than other drivers because they can use a phone and drive. Studies have proven that phone distractions, in some cases, can be worse than drinking and driving. I was surprised to read how many people are shocked by this. I do it all the time. In one company I worked at, we had a team in India who was going to be transferring some projects to us. And the guy who was doing the knowledge transfer session did it while driving through Chennai. You could hear him speeding up and occasionally honking his horn at people. It was hilarious, lol. Craziest part to me is y'all are debugging during stand-up. This is why remote work is better. No need for dangerous commutes or useless meetings. Unprofessional, and you know if your co-worker did the same thing they would be disciplined. I would question his decision-making. Do you have anything better to do? Suddenly, he started cursing and screaming. Then the call abruptly ended. The whole team was flabbergasted. We decided to message him. He responded a few hours later saying that he got into a car accident. It was awkward because we didn't hear the car accident. We only heard him cursing, so we assumed that he was cursing at the presenter. The atmosphere in our team was pretty dark for the next few hours before he responded. Sounds like it could be a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Why the hell were you driving while on a Zoom call? If you're not trying to watch someone's screen share, it's no different than being on the phone while driving. You telling me you never took a phone call while driving? And just BC someone was sharing a screen doesn't mean he was looking at it. Your boss sounds like an idiot and an asshole. He could have killed himself or someone else's because he wasn't paying attention. First of all, what the fuck are you doing? Why the hell were you driving while on a Zoom call? Managers are above the law. Tell him to talk to our about workers' comp. No office environment should expose someone to that kind of danger. Computer science is so fucking stupid. XD, you guys, you avenue your own little world, and most of y'all are dark triads now. Pretty unfortunate because real geeks no longer have a career. Except for maybe EE, where they can be around friendly people. Jesus Christ.